Hello, hello, collective, and thank you so much for coming to the Mercury in Retrograde reading. I want to thank all of you guys who have been waiting for me. I've been doing my master's class, and this was a really tough course. And it's taken up a lot of my time. I've had to actually go back through statistics, learning it in just a couple of days to slam through some of this. The teacher told us in the beginning it was going to be difficult, so it wasn't a surprise. Also, I've heard from other people who have gotten this degree that this was one of the most difficult classes, so I kind of knew that what I was up against when I started it. It just kind of sucks going through it, right? So anyway, thanks for staying with me. I did post some child affirmations on my page earlier, and I did that because my children wanted to do affirmations, and it's easiest if I just post it to send them a link. Otherwise, I have to try to send big files. So if that resonates with you and you want to use those inner child affirmations, go ahead. If you have children and you want them to use those affirmations, you can. They are kind of specific to my children, because my son talks about like cats or something in there, and I'm sure that not everybody has a cat, but if that's something. And then also I put, that the inner child could use it too. So when you hear those younger voices, it does something to you. And if that resonates and you want to use it for a little bit to try to help with your own inner child healing, that would be really cool too. So do what you need to do with it. So we're going to look into the energy today for the Mercury retrograde. We have Mercury retrograde started actually in the shadow period April 26th. So whatever you're recognizing right now or whatever you're seeing is taking place in your life, that's generally the precursor to the themes that are going to be taking place and becoming bigger during the retrograde. So the shadow period is until May 4th. That's the light shadow that you see on the screen, the light blue shadow. Then you'll see May 5th through the 9th is a dark shadow. That just means the energy is starting to increase. So if you've already felt like the energy was pretty strong, hold on to your hats because it's going to get stronger. And we'll talk about don't be fearful of this. I mean, this is what God puts on the planet to help us release some things, go over some things, re-examine. It's all the re-examine, reapply. If you've already done something in the past, you want to revisit it again right now. So a lot of people are like, well, we'll go into that in a second because I just want to explain what's on the screen. Anyway, it turns around on May 10th. Whenever it turns around, it kind of makes you feel like you are going back and forth in the energy. It makes you feel like you're turning around. It's very interesting. Then it'll be really strong until the 15th. And then we're still in the Mercury retrograde from the 16th to the 27th. It'll be strong again from the 28th to the June 2nd. And then it turns around. But what happens is a lot of those things that happen in the retrograde sometimes resurface again for one more time. Like if you didn't learn the lesson or you didn't clear it out or you needed one more chance with it, God will bring it right back around for you. That's the way I've always experienced the retrogrades, is kind of in this way. And then, we're heading out of it the closer we get to June 18th. For those people who are buying homes, if it's a brand new home and you found it now, I would suggest not signing any contracts until after June 18th. It doesn't mean that you can't look. It just means don't sign anything until after June 18th. It's up to you whether or not you do. I'm just giving you the information. Oh, yeah, so the retrograde is about redoing something. So a lot of people will say to me, well, I'm going to launch my business during this time. Do I have to hold off completely? And my answer is, if you've already been researching it, doing all the things that you need to do before the retrograde, and you already had the date set before the retrograde, it should be okay. It's just when you do it in the retrograde. And the way I like to explain it is like this. Like you meet somebody for the first time, you've never met this person, and it's a fly-by-night kind of relationship, and you want to get married like within a week. If it's during the retrograde and you met the person during the retrograde and it feels like you should get married to this person in a week, I would totally hold off on that until June 18th. Just say, hey, let's sleep on this until after June 18th, and then let's make a decision. So if you applied for a job and it was something that you've never even considered before, or you got asked to do something that you never even thought about before, and it was in the retrograde and it was something brand new, there might be some issues. I wouldn't do it personally, to be honest, because we deal with enough during the retrograde energy that I wouldn't add any more to the plate. You know, sometimes people are like, well, if I'm redoing something, why am I still having problems with it? And that's because there was things that need to be resolved, re-looked at, re-examined, any of those things, okay? Anyway, we also have a solar eclipse that happened on April 30th. There was a new moon coupled with that as well. So, and then we have a full moon on May 15th and then a new moon on May 30th. So lots of stuff going on. This retrograde is in Gemini. We're going to take a look at that. Gemini is at home when it's with Mercury. Mercury is at home when it's with Gemini. Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini. And Taurus, we're in Taurus season right now, which is really, really good because it's a stable energy and the sun is in Taurus. So Tauruses are generally really responsible, stable people. They're what stabilizes all of the fire, the water, all of that. So they, the get her done kind of people. They're generally going to be like your managers and just the people who help the world go around. They're really important. So that energy is good because it's a grounded energy with the air sign of Gemini. And Gemini, Mercury is the ruling planet of communication and technology. So expect that there'll be some technology things going on. Don't get frustrated. Just be like, oh, like, your phone may not work as well. Or you might think that, I don't know. It's just like a bunch of funny things. Like one Mercury retrograde, I got a little spam calls, So just know that things happen and just be okay with it. And one of the reasons why I really want to do this reading today is because I have a really good friend whose son had to go through surgery yesterday, and he was only 8. And then my daughter today was doing a flip and she busted her teeth. And I literally thought that she knocked a tooth loose. So we went to the urgent care. Luckily everything's okay, but it was kind of like, okay. And my daughter looked at me and she goes, are we in the retrograde? I said, yes, ma'am, because she's hit her teeth before and had a big old accident like that before. So this wasn't the first time. And she goes, we're in the retrograde, aren't we? I said, yes, we are. So you can't deny the energies. It's there. It's crazy. A lot of people I'm talking to, they're like, oh my gosh, this fight that I had with my spouse or whatever, it's coming back up again. And I'm like, I get it. Get it. So I'm just going to do a flat out read. I want to read it for myself as well. So we're all in this game together. I've got to know like what is going on. What are we expecting? We're in the shadow period. So I want to know what we're going to be facing. Okay. All right. And now I can probably look at money and career. I just want the overall energy. Like what the heck is going on? Okay. So let's see. Let's grab a theme. And these same exact cards came up. I read for my friend last night, who I haven't talked to in a really long time. And I was like, let me read for you. I'm sorry I haven't been on YouTube. Let me read for you. She's like, okay. And I'm telling you the same exact cards that I just pulled came up. And she is a Gemini. There you go, right? So let's find out what is going on. And thank you so much for all the people who've reached out and you've been understanding about this class I've been taking. Let me just tell you, I have 3 more weeks and then I'm done. And then I'm going on vacation to meet my newfound sister. And then I will have like 4 weeks off or 5 weeks off after that when I finally get home. And so I'll be doing more videos again. So thank you so much for waiting. I do appreciate it. Ooh. So we have some themes right now. And I'm not going to, I was talking to my friend last night and I was like, I just can't seem to do all the signs. I just don't have the time. She goes, just get something out. Just get some videos out. It's important. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, just do all signs readings for now until you can get a handle on this class and everything that you're doing. So I appreciate you guys. Okay. So we have some doubt. And that's coupled with gratitude. So whatever you've been doubting yourself about, I have a feeling that by the time you get out of the retrograde, you're going to be very grateful for the experience. So, yes, and I just read for another Gemini the other day, and that really makes a lot of sense too with her situation. A lot of doubt there too. But I really believe that the lessons that are coming through the retrograde are going to be surrounded in this doubt, this deep-seated doubt that you have. And in the end, you'll be very grateful that you had these lessons, okay? All right, I also want to pull these before I get into this reading. I want it to be very extensive reading. I want to know what's going on. So, yeah, I have some self-doubt too, in multiple places. So, oh no, what does that mean? Let's just, I'm going to tell my higher self right now, let's just focus on one thing that I doubt. Don't hit me with like 10 things that I doubt. Right? And I was telling my daughter that when we were sitting in the urgent care today, and she was so worried. And I said, remember, you have control over your body and over your cells, and you get to tell your body what you want and what you want it to do. So we sat in the waiting room, you know, practicing the law of attraction. Instead of her crying and all of these things, we closed our eyes, and I told her just to picture what it is that you want the doctor to tell you. Because it looked really bad. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, we need to go to urgent care. I was like, oh no. So we sat in there, and I did my thing and she did her thing, and sure enough, exactly what I asked for was exactly what was said. And yeah, it was good. So that's what I just want to make sure that, you know that you have the power to tell your cells is where I was going for that. You have the power to tell your higher self what it is that you want to do. Some things we can't really get out of because it's our life plan. It's our life purpose. If we have a soul contract with someone, then, you know, it's, you know, it will go in that direction. But you can ask for, you know, help. You can ask for certain things. Okay, interesting. All right, so let's get started in the reading. So there is something that you're healing from, or you're ready to heal from, or you are ready to move forward in a certain direction from. And this heartache and loss, I have a feeling like through this retrograde, this heartache and loss will, well, it's upside down. So what they're saying is like there's a lot of healing around that. There's a lot of, I almost feel like it feels more stable of an energy than it may have felt in the past. And that's maybe giving you a lot of confidence during this retrograde. Okay, so because this is in its right place, or it's going in the right direction, or it's moving in the right direction, whatever you're doing with this heartache and loss, however you're seeing yourself through it, however you're seeing the life experience through it, however you're just navigating life through it, that is actually bringing in a partnership. So some of you guys, it will be some sort of soul contract. Some of you guys, it'll be a twin flame. Some of you guys, it will just be a soul, someone part of your soul group that's coming in. And this person is someone who has a lot of awareness in how life works, how life goes, and that will bring you a lot of awareness as well. And so this is a higher connected relationship. It is a relationship that's already there in the atmosphere, like in the 5D level. Whether you've met this person or not, it's something that somebody you've already been with in a lifetime. Okay, because it's of the higher perspective as well. So, all right. Okay, someone in the relationship has been very cold and moody. Maybe they are being emotionally manipulated on their side. Maybe they have manipulated their own emotions trying to get away from this relationship with you, or away from some sort of relationship. That's possible. I want to dive into that person a little bit more. But someone, I don't know if it's you or if it's the other person, because I don't know who's watching, and I'm not reading your specific energy, and I forgot to tell you that. This is a general reading and will not resonate with every single person. So just remember, energies can be reversed. I'll try to say someone, but I'm so used to reading for the person that sometimes I say you. So, but if it doesn't resonate with you, just stick around. But it will not resonate with every single person out there. So I hope that it does. I hope that you get something out of it. If not, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is someone who, well, this was someone who sees you as marriage material. They are not happy right now, and they are burnt out, stressed out. And that might be why they're moody and cold. And for those of you people that have never met this person before, it's okay. Let them go through their thing. You know what I mean? But for some of you guys, this is someone that you know. This is someone who sees you as marriage material. For those people who have not met this person. And marriage material doesn't necessarily have to be like, I want to marry you. It could be like, man, you're like perfect in every way. Like if it's a friendship, they're like, oh my gosh, you're like amazing. You're an amazing friend. Like I just need you in my life. Like that type of stuff. So, but whatever it is a strong emotion that this person will either have towards you. Or here's the thing though, I'm saying this is new people, but this is a retrograde. And so most likely this is going to be people from the past. It could be a person from a past life as well. So for instance, but I still wouldn't marry anybody during the retrograde. Okay, so I'm going to give you that. Don't get married during retrogrades. Anyway, it could be someone from a past life. That is true. So if you meet this person and automatically you're like, I swear I've known you from somewhere. Well, that's who I'm talking about. And this person's going to see you as being the person. You're my person. If this is someone that you already know, this person has thought you were marriage material from the day they met you. Like they were like, you are fabulous. You are amazing. Okay, so here are the cards for that. All right, so let's moving on. The next card that I have is there is some thought of long-term with you, or how to make this work, how to do this with you. There's been a lot of thought and contemplation over this. They are trying to take the long-term view. Like for some reason, if they can't be with you right now, for some reason, maybe both of you guys are married, maybe one person's married, maybe one person doesn't want to get married yet because they have kids. I don't know what the deal is, but whatever it is they're trying to look ahead in the future and say, well, if it can't work right now, it will work one day. I don't know how, I don't know when, but it'll work one day. And they're saying as soon as you become single, like for instance, or as soon as you're not in, maybe you're at the same job and you guys can't date in your job. Some jobs are like that. You're not allowed to date. And they're like, we're not allowed to be together right now. Like, I don't want to lose my job and I don't want you to lose your job. They're like, but one day you won't have this job. You know, one day you won't have that partner. One day you will be by yourself. And as soon as you are, I'm coming in. That's how they're feeling, right? There is a feeling of perseverance, a feeling of you are their investment. I can invest in this person. This person invests in other people. I see this person do this. I see how they are. They're so genuine. They're so authentic. I want to be with that person. I want to invest in that person. Because what they see, I want to dive into that just a little bit more because I want to dive into these cards because I want a deep reading. Like I don't want any surface level stuff. Let's move on and see what's going on. What else can you tell me about this this Seven of Pentacles? This long-term view that this person has. Did they just come to this decision? What do we know, right? And I'm reading for a lot of people, so I got to try to keep it as general as possible. But if you do want a personal reading, I do have some slots available that I do have in my schedule. Just go ahead and, because I know people are going to contact me out because people have stuff going on in their lives. So check out the description box below. There's my website. Okay, this person, they know you're the right choice. And if you haven't met them yet, as soon as they meet you, they will know you're the right choice. They're like, that is my choice. That is exactly what I want. In life, everything that you are is everything they've been searching for. Everything, they can see through the illusions when they meet you, when they've seen you. They're like, oh, this person, man, I thought I had it good on my side, or I thought it was all right. But now that you're in my life, nah, dude, I know exactly what the good choice is. I know exactly who's for me. I know who you are. Maybe they didn't know when you guys first started talking at first. If it's it's going to be a past relationship. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive, but for most of you guys, it's going to be a past relationship. Maybe when they first saw you, they didn't realize like, what you meant to them, but I think they know now. Like I think they're starting to hone into their intuition and starting to figure it out. Like, oh, this is a relationship on the soul level. This isn't just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. This person didn't just cross in my life for a second. This I'm meant to be with this person. This person is my person. That's kind of what I feel. They have some negative self-talk, which hasn't brought them in just yet. They do talk really bad about themselves. It's probably because of the way they grew up. Their parents may have talked bad to them, and then it seems to me like this person is very quiet and doesn't really talk about their emotions very much. But I feel like they're trying to release this pain that's keeping you from each other. I feel like they're more optimistic than they ever have been. I feel like they're trying to be a good person. I feel like they're learning forgiveness, or they're willing to learn forgiveness because of you. They're willing to try something new. Remember earlier we talked about how they were burnt out and exhausted, and I think that this burnt out exhaustion is having them take a break. It's putting them in a deeper contemplation. Like, they're getting so overwhelmed. Life is going as well as it can go, but they just want something more and something better. And they've been dreaming about this relationship and dreaming about making this happen. And, they want to celebrate with you. When they see, like if they're watching your social media or something like that, and they see you, they want to be a part of your life. They want to celebrate you. And I stress the word want, W-A-N-T, because people want a lot of things, but they don't do anything with it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just because somebody wants to do something doesn't mean that they will. There's other things that have to happen in order for them to actually come forward. I'm gonna dive into that a little bit more. I want to dive in first to let me get a different deck because I'm running out of cards in that one. I want to dive into the deep contemplation. What are they thinking about? Let's go there. What are they contemplating about so much so? Like, what does that mean? And I do that too. Like if life gets overwhelming, it's like I just stop and I go, okay, let me look at everything that's going on in my life. And I start examining things. And the retrograde's going to make this person want to re-examine every aspect of their life, because you're not in it, not in the way they want you to be. And there is a lot of, let me see. Yeah, they're dreaming about you. And they're meeting you in your dreams because they feel like that there's no other place that they can meet you. Or, they could be meditating and seeing you in their meditations. But this person has some personal beliefs, some challenging thoughts that come into play. It's almost like they like to keep you in the dream state because the reality just seems like it as much as they want it and as much as they want to feel you and be with you and talk to you and connect with you, they just have so many dark thoughts and belief systems that hold them back from that. And I got the Emperor twice, and I was just going to clarify the Emperor card, but this person, they're stuck in their own woes. They're stuck in their own, I was born this way. Let me see. For some of you, not all of you, this person feels like they were born into this way, that you guys were born on pretty much like different statuses. I can't be with him or her because I'm just not at their level. That's what they're thinking. Man, we got all these upside down cards. As much as they want to talk to you, there it is again. As much as they want to talk to you, it's like they can't seem to get out of these crappy thoughts. There's a lot of negative self-talk around this, which is causing this to be a problem for them. You know what I mean? For not being able to reach out. And I wouldn't reach out, and the reason why is because this person will not reciprocate, most likely. And I really feel like this is not for everybody. This is like and I'll get off of this person in a second. For the people who have a struggling partner, that is what's going on. As much as they want to rush in and be your knight in shining armor, and I on some level I feel like they can be your shining. It's almost like this. There's a part of them that is like, I can definitely do this for this person. I know I could be it for this person. I know I could be the best person that this person has ever had. I mean, that's the energy that I'm feeling. But yet, as soon as they decide to try to text or pick up the phone, it just floods in with all these abusive thoughts that they have over themselves. And it just cripples them from doing anything. Okay, so it's just easier to keep you in their dreams right now because they feel like they have too much work. Too much work. Okay, let's dive into the last card, which is the Emperor. It's something about structure. It's something about their establishment that they feel. I was talking to my friend, and we were talking about how sometimes it feels like it's easier when you know the devil already. And, I already know this. I already know how to navigate this crappy person. Like, why would I want to? It's almost like I know how to navigate this energy. I don't know. Let's dive into that Emperor. So, show me the Emperor. What's going on with the Emperor? There we go. It's keeping the communication from happening. Okay, well, tell me how this retrograde is going to help this person come forward. Because I know my friend has somebody coming forward that's brand new. But she's like, don't be having him come forward if he's still dealing with his crap. I was like, oh my gosh, stop it. All right. Well, we got the Lover's card. It's upside down, which means this person feels like there's something holding them back. And the something is the negative self-talk. They just can't quit talking bad about themselves. They have a lot of self-imposed restrictions, victim mentality, a lot of limiting beliefs. They need to gain a new perspective in order to take the leap forward because they're just holding them back from this communication. There's not enough self-love there. Remember that somebody can only love you as much as they love themselves. So there's some work to do. I need to know how this retrograde, what does this person need to do to get through the retrograde, and are they willing to do it? That's my questions. So whoever's coming forward, this past relationship, this past thing, or this past issue, okay. So once again, we have the Marriage card, seeing you in a partnership, being able to see you in their lives makes them feel like powerful. I got this. Like, first of all, they're like, how did I ever come in contact with so-and-so? Like, how did I ever have the opportunity to even know this person? Like, this person's totally out of my league. But what they don't understand is they're living a physical experience. They're living in a body. Nobody's out of anybody's league because you're living in a body. I'm married now, but let's say, for instance, I wasn't. I could be walking down the street and see someone who is living off the street, and I could fall madly in love with that person because that person is just playing like a homeless part in this life. That's all they're doing. I was talking to my other friend, and we were talking about somebody in particular that she had been with that was very dark energy, super dark energy. And I was like, well, I'm not afraid of the dark, and the reason why I'm not afraid is because light always prevails, we know that. But the other part of that is the person who is playing the darkness is actually a person of the light. So there's only so much darkness that a person can do when they're made of the light. Their original person is actually made of the light, you know? So what they're not understanding is that they're just playing a part in this existence. That's it. And they get to choose what part that ends up being in the end. They want marriage, or they want a very deep, committed relationship. Doesn't have to necessarily be marriage. They want connection. They feel like if they come forward, for some of you, not all of you, they feel like if they come forward, there might be some conflict or disagreements. And they just don't want to be defeated. You know, they feel like they're winning right now. And if I invite this in, then I might lose. And that is a really scary feeling, okay? And they're stuck in this fear and this emotion. So the next question I have for the cards are... So I asked the question in my head, and you guys didn't get to hear it, but it was like, what can we do, or what can I do, or what can the other person do, the one who's just sitting there waiting, or whatever, right? However you want to say that. What can you do? And what I heard is you have to see their light and just continue to meditate and give them blessings. And if you can do energy work for that person. Whether you're releasing trapped emotions, or you're doing Reiki, or whatever you can do to help the person see their own light and understand that all people, no matter what race you are, no matter what gender, race, whatever the deal is that's going on that's holding these people back, you're made of the light. In the end, you are no gender. You are no socioeconomic status. You are no race. You are no nothing. We choose those when we come into the life experience. People choose to have harder or not so hard experiences. And those people who've had really difficult experiences, you are an old soul. Because there's no way a new soul could be able to handle some of the stuff these old souls have gone through. So extremely old. You've done this, been there, done that. It's because the harder experiences are the only way that you can get soul growth at this point, because you've done so many things in your life. So you have to remember that. Okay. So just know that this person, and you may be mourning their loss as well. If this, this person has deep emotional loss. They have some obstacles and challenges that don't have anything to do with you, and all they want is to be happy with you. All they want in this world is for it to magically appear and you be in their bed. No, I'm just kidding. Magically appear and you be in their life, right? They are emotionally withdrawn, so that has nothing to do with you. And you are their balance. You are the other side. So whoever I'm talking to, somebody in the relationship is emotionally strong, and the other one is emotionally able to connect with people, and the other one is withdrawn. And that's where the dichotomy is, or the disconnection is, or that's where this person feels like, man, they're so open and they're so loving and they know how to connect with people, and I just don't know how to do that. I don't know if I can do that. But I feel like give me the card of the waiting game is actually over. We have so many strong energies right now, and these people who have just put this off and put this off and put this off, it's like some things can't be put off anymore. It's like some things really need, it's time for us to, not allow that's just the time to pass. We just don't have all the time in the world. It may feel like it, may seem like that. We like to tell ourselves we do, but we really don't. It's time for recovery and regeneration. This period of retrograde will recover that person, regenerate that person, will reconcile, will help with resentment, all of those things. Okay, so that's the re's in there, right? Whatever's resisting, people who are resisting the inevitable, you can't do it. Because it's all about love. It's all about bringing that love in. All right, well, So those people who are, it's just a regular relationship and it's not love, you do not have to stay for this part of it. But let's go ahead and pull some, because I haven't done a reading in a long time, I'm going to give you a reading. Like, let's do it, right? I want to pull some energy on their side and an energy on yours. Remember, they're doubting themselves a lot, but if they'll take that leap forward and try, they'll have a lot of gratitude. And they probably have a lot of gratitude for the growth that has happened since they've met you. And if you haven't met the person yet, when you do, they're just going to exponentially grow just from knowing you. So I'm going to do 2 columns. I'm going to do, let's do divine feminine, divine masculine energy, because that, we definitely have some twin flame stuff that was coming up, right? We definitely have soulmate stuff coming up. I haven't done those readings in a while, but let's see what's going on. Male and female, or no, I won't say male and female, because you can have that mixed up in the different genders. So we're going to say, you know what you are: divine feminine, divine masculine. Let's start with the feminine. Let's start, and then the masculine. Okay, not a lot of movement on the masculine side. I'm just going to be real clear with you guys. All right, the Knight of Swords. You're waiting for that sudden, unexpected truth. You're waiting for this person to come in with a strong sense of self. Like they just grab you and they're like, you're mine. Some of you guys are waiting for that. Maybe not all of you, but just feel the energy around that. It's very strong. Like, I'm never going to let you go again. You're doing pretty good on your side. Somebody at the divine feminine is doing pretty good on their side. They're feeling pretty good about life. They're pretty satisfied. Everything's going well. We do have things that, divine feminines are working on right now. A lot of it has to do with self-love, and just, being true to themselves. The divine feminine is also, they feel like the divine masculine is just keeping some secrets, and that they're living like this life that's not really totally them. They feel like the divine masculine is in self-defeat. They can recognize that, they can see that, or self-deceit even. They're not being true to themselves fully about what it is that this relationship means to them. They want to live in the clouds. They want to live in the dreams, the dream state. So anyway, Ace of Swords, a new beginning coming for the divine feminine. So there you go. Good for you. We have lots of success coming your way. You're going to be very clear in your mindset. We have immediate changes for the better and triumphing over past obstacles. So good for you, divine feminine. Let's look at your counterpart, the divine masculine. No movement forward. There's no real celebration on their side. They're going to be feeling it. Let me just put it that way. Divine feminine, looks like you're going to be doing okay through the retrograde. You're probably going to have some things come up for you from the past. But the divine masculine, the energy is deeply seated in looking at what they need to look at. It's almost like, the universe is giving them another chance. Re-examine this. Re-look at this. The divine masculine has some excessive pride, and they're not getting the recognition that they feel like they deserve. They're struggling within themselves, and all they can see is that the cups are spilled over. They can't see how, even if they just open up conversation with you, how that would dramatically change their lives. And like I said, there's some fear there that you will reject them, which is ridiculous, but that's what they feel. Okay. They feel like they've shattered their dreams, that they missed this opportunity with you, and how can I fix this? There's no way, and I don't want to break up a family, and I don't want to have disputes on my side, and all of those things. It's like there's these things where they want something so bad, but they just feel like it's impossible. So, all right. There's that self-doubt right there. So the Empress upside down is about having self-doubt, not believing in yourself, depending on others because you feel like you can't fully do things on your own. just not having the abundance in your life that you really thought that you would by now, or really thought that. And sometimes it's hard to look at the decisions that you made and be honest with yourself and hold yourself accountable and say, I made these choices. I did this. I went in this direction. I hurt myself. I wasn't true to myself. When you're not true to yourself, that is the worst thing you can do to yourself, is not to be honest with yourself. Fine if you don't want to be honest with everybody else. Fine if you want to have an imposter syndrome, great. But to not be honest with yourself is such a disservice, because then you can't do anything that you want to do. So we're going to look for what the hidden truth is for the divine masculine and feminine. And then we're going to look at some messages of love for them as well. So I'm going to do a couple of cards for the divine feminine, and then the masculine to see what they're saying to each other. And it feels good to do readings. I like to be in this energy. Like I said, I just have been in the logical brain a little bit too much. I like being in the logical brain. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But too much school going on. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right, divine feminine is saying to her masculine, I want you so badly. Like, you have no idea how much I want you in my life. Any way I can. I don't care. Just come in. That's all you're saying, right? And they're saying that to the divine masculine, your intellect arouses me. Like, when I see you doing such smart things, because I know you're really intelligent, my goodness, it just, like, I can't control myself, right? Like, when I see you doing things that are, that not everybody can do. And maybe you take it for granted, divine masculine. Maybe you're like, oh, everybody can do this. That's not what the divine feminine thinks. The divine feminine thinks that you are something special. You are out of this world. And they love you so much. The divine feminine loves the divine masculine so very much. Okay, so these cards are upside down. When they're upside down, it means something a little bit different. So I had to stop for a second to see what they were saying. The divine masculine is saying to the divine feminine that I trust you. I trust you with all my heart. Please don't take your knowledge away. Please don't take your intelligence away. Please don't leave my life. Please don't do that again. Whatever you did, don't do it again. They're asking you, don't do it again. Stay. Won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. Okay, anyway. Okay, so divine masculine is saying that I can't be myself with you because I'm not myself anymore. I have lost myself so much that I don't even know who I am anymore. So how in the world can I be myself with you? And all they want to do is to be themselves with you. Like, there's a piece of themselves still left, still glimmering, still shining, but, beyond all, in all that darkness, that there is still something there and they can feel it. And whenever they are spying on you, however they do it, whether it's emotionally or like I'm saying, like visually, like, how do I say it? Through visualization, dreams, like just meditating and seeing your face or looking at your picture or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be them looking at you, whether you're like the way my favorite reader says, you're in their spank bank. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, the spank bank. Anyway, so whenever they do that, they feel that again. It's like they feel that spark getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you stop doing whatever it is that you were doing, they were losing the spark. And there's a little bit of kind of like, I don't want to say anger, but there's a little bit of like, why did you do that? Why would you do that? Almost. You know what I mean? Like, you're my secret addiction. Why would you do that? Anyway. And divine masculine is saying, I can't do this. I can't do this without you. I can't do this without your guidance. I'm sorry it's taking me so long. I'm sorry, but I cannot do it without you. I need you. Oh, that's so sweet. All right, let's see where this relationship is at in the love cards. I just want to stay in the energy for a while. I haven't read for a long time, so this is a long reading. And it's part of the reason why I don't do them, too, is because it takes so long to render a movie that is this long. I keep telling myself I'm not going to do it, and then I do them long anyway because I like it. I like it long. I'm just kidding. I had to. That's for my friends out there that know me. That call me and say, you're so stupid. I'm like, I know. Baby, I like it long. Baby, I like it long. Just kidding. All right, you guys. So, this person is dreaming about being on their honeymoon with you. Like, not actual honeymoon. It doesn't have to be marriage, but definitely dreaming about you being in their existence. It's going to take some time. Sorry. But they have some financial stuff, some career stuff that they need to do. And I didn't even check into career and finances while we were in the energy. Well, shoot. Should I do that? Yeah, we already did love, so let's do that. Let's do a quick little, like, where are we at in our money? I got friends that are, like, wanting to buy homes right now. And they're asking me what they should do. You know, I don't know. Because I did like a whole thing on this on Facebook in 2020 where I talked about when they said that we were going to go, you know, the stock market was going to go bust or whatever thing, or it was going to, you know, bottom out in 2020, which it should have because of all the experiences that were going around at the time. It should have bottomed out. But it really didn't, you know. It didn't throw us into a recession. A lot of people are asking about the recession. And, you know, I did this whole thing where 2008 was the winter. And we're in the spring. And the next thing that's coming is the summer. So I really don't, I don't know about that, to be honest. You can't skip seasons. So we are definitely in the spring. We have runaway inflation. We're in the spring right now. So I told my friend, I said, I don't know. I don't see that there's going to truly be a housing crisis. Everybody's been thinking we've been in a bull market for years. It's like everybody's been thinking that, yeah, we're going to go into a recession. I don't know. Like, so yes, logically we should be in a recession, but spiritually, I don't know about that. So, all right, career. Let's look at that. Got some upside down cards. So we have some stuff we're looking at in career. All right. All right. We have some devil energy in the career. What is going on, y'all, in your careers? Good Lord. No, it could just be anything. It could be your negative self-talk. Whatever it is we have it next to the high priestess, so it pretty much cancels out that devil energy, whatever's happening in the career-wise. Some of you guys are having problems in your career. Some of you guys are having problems with your money. But we do have the high priestess, which means that it's surrounded by it's almost like when you use the prayer, the Archangel Michael prayer, and you ask to be surrounded by the blue bubble of protection before you leave your homes. That's kind of the same thing. Like, you're in a bubble. Like, it's okay that there's this negative energy around you because you are actually protected and you're in a bubble. It's going to take some inner strength, though, for whatever you guys are dealing with. You have a lot of self-doubt. That's what we're all dealing with in the retrograde. You're going to doubt yourself several times. And just know that it's going to feel like the energy is low sometimes. It's going to feel like you're in raw emotion sometimes. And that's okay. Looking at the career and money specifically, as we have this Queen of Swords upside down. So whenever I see that, it has to do with truth. Swords are always truth, and she's upside down. No, we're going to... People are keeping stuff from people. Oh, man. That's not cool. People are overly emotional. They're easily influenced. They're cold-hearted. Oh, that's not cool. And next to that is the counterpart of a king. Oh, masculine, feminine energy, upside down, King of Pentacles. Oh, no. Retrograde, stop it. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles upside down. It's talking about people are obsessed with wealth. They feel like they're financially inept. They don't have enough. They're really stubborn when it's coming in their money. Stop cursing out your money, you guys. Your money doesn't want, stop cursing out your bank account. That's not cool. Okay, so let's find out what's happening with that. So we have some truth coming in. We have an Ace of Swords that's going to break through all of that mess, break through all of that crap, new ideas coming, some mental clarity. You're going to see through it, okay? And there's going to be some nostalgia because we're going through the past. So maybe you're going to be thinking about, hey, we used to do it this way. Maybe we should do it this way again. I do have a friend who's been talking about her parenting in that way. So we could be going in that direction as well, where, she's like, I used to parent this way. I really need to get back to that. I really need to go back to that. So very interesting. I feel like you're gonna be like, hey, I know. It's not like the status quo or anything like that. It's literally like, hey, this worked in the past. Let's try it again. Or why did we stop doing this when we used to do it this way? We should do it that way again. This is going to be so much better. The Knight of Cups and upside down energy as well is, there's going to be some emotionally immature people and some insecurity, some disappointments, all in all. Oh man, people. Goodness. All in all, the money is all about this balance. It's trying to balance out whatever's happening in your career. So, just be flexible through the energy. Notice that people are probably going to be crappy, be like, oh gosh, here you are. Here's my emotionally immature person. Welcome. Hi, how are you? All right. Well, how are we going to deal with this today? You know what I mean? Oh, there's the insecure one. Okay, all right. Oh, there's the one that gossips and talks crap and she's at it again or he's at it again. You know what I mean? There's the one who, complains and everything, but you just be in your own little bubble. And I sang that before. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be anything I want to be, or whatever it is. That's from Cinderella, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. So yeah, be in your own little corner. Keep your head down. Work. You're gonna be fine as long as you don't get caught up in everybody's bull crap. And if you get caught up in people's bull crap, you're gonna be feeling panic. You're gonna feel like you're waiting for something. Life's gonna slow down for you. You don't want that. It's gonna slow down anyway because we're in the retrograde. So don't do it. Just put your head down. Pretend like you don't see people are doing what they're doing. Be like, it's the retrograde energy. It's wild as AF, right? It's wild. So okay, retrograde. And I have conversations with retrograde as I'm going through it. And I go, okay, retrograde. Like last time I got COVID and was stuck in a hotel for 5 days in Las Vegas. So, okay, retrograde, what do you got for me? You know what I mean? Like, fine, whatever. And that's how I feel like it's going to be in your career through this retrograde. Oh, man, such a great love stuff going on, although it's not like totally, fully happening. Maybe it will. Maybe you guys will get some communication. Okay, we're redoing it. Redoing all this stuff. All right. Anyway, I hope you like this reading. You're entertained in some way. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I haven't done any extra videos, so I'll just put something up, I don't know, on the screen. Anyway, you guys have a great... thank you to those people who've liked, shared, and subscribed. Please don't forget to do that. And I will see you again very soon. Bye.